Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. We are looking at a beautiful day today, tomorrow. 75 or so, maybe warmer sunshine. Just gorgeous. Everyone enjoy. Even the weekend, Mother's Day, 66 and sunny. We're in good shape here, Cande.
Very. I'm loving it.
Yeah. We got a lot of great stuff coming up this Friday. That's tomorrow, by the way. 10 a.m., Ticketmaster.com, the Russell Dickerson Thompson Square Show on sale with Ian Flanagan from The Voice. 10 a.m. tomorrow. Again, if you haven't been listening to the show, big thanks and shout out to everyone who came out to the opening of Dublin Deck yesterday. What a night. I posted video and some pictures up on our Instagram and Facebook. You got to check it out. Really good stuff.
Love it. Start of summer. So one more reason to be happy.
Every Wednesday we'll be out there. Next week, Southbound performs and going to be great. So, it's funny. Last chat we had earlier in the hour, we talked about how we like to keep things light on the show, right?
Right.
We don't get political. We don't get too serious. However, there is one story I wanted to bring up today because I saw this huge article and I wasn't even sure what it all meant. So this is today, May 11th. The president is officially ending the COVID health emergency. They're signing a document or whatever. So, but I'm like, we all know it's always going to be around. So what do you mean you're ending the health emergency? Why
and how does the president get to decide that? Isn't that more of a health situation?
Yeah, well, the World Health Organization came up with the date along with, other people. And anyway, it was decided it would be May 11th. All right. So we'll start this way. If you're looking for the closure you needed on the pandemic itself, and you want to say the pandemic is over, today it's official. The pandemic aspect of it is over. Of course, there's no fixed borders on a pandemic, but the damage it's doing to humans is declining, and they're going to start treating COVID as a disease that's here, that's not going away, rather than an emergency. Okay?
Okay, that's excellent news.
Yes, that's great news. That's the beginning of this. All right. So the good news is epidemiologists and medical historians believe the virus is transitioning into something more predictable and less dangerous. Now, here's part number 2. Deaths, hospitalizations, all of them are down. But there are still 75,000 cases reported every week in the U.S. And get this, in the U.S., there's still 1,100 deaths per week for COVID. But that does not make it a pandemic. Okay?
Okay.
So, right?
At what point does it make it a pandemic?
Well, it's going down. So now we're under the threshold of pandemic, but there are still 1,100 deaths per week, okay?
Well, there are people who die of the flu every year.
Yes, right. Well, that's why listen, the World Health Organization has certain numbers and benchmarks. So we are under it. So the pandemic is officially over, but I'm giving you the stats because a lot of this is very confusing, and I'm like, I need more details. There's a lot of changes. This is one of the big reasons. There's a lot of changes with laws and rules based on what is a true medical emergency, what health care has to do or is required to do for pandemics rather than just a regular, flu-like symptom. Also, reimbursement of the over-the-counter tests and lab testing, things like that. Like insurance companies don't have to make it free anymore. If you want to get tested, it may not be free. So there's a lot of the reason why they also are picking a specific day and making an announcement is because healthcare services, insurance companies, there's a lot of red tape with this stuff, Cande. Okay?
And during the pandemic, you really couldn't go to your own doctor and get tested. It was a problem because you had to go to certain areas to be tested.
Right.
Now I'm assuming if I don't feel well and I don't know if I have the flu or I have COVID or I have mono or I have something, I could go to my doctor to handle it all.
That is all part of it. Yes, that is one of the reasons why they have to officially make an announcement, sign a document, all this stuff. And in the event that something bad does happen, the end of the public health emergency does not impact the FDA's ability to grant new emergency authorizations. There's a lot of really hard to understand stuff, but also vaccination requirements for federal workers and international travelers no longer in effect. So, like when I take my cruise over the summer, now that they're signing this or whatever, I should not have to test or
Right.
get vaccinated.
Show your inoculation chart.
Correct. Any of that stuff. So some of it is a lot of legal mumbo jumbo, but overall, this is a positive moment, Candy.
It is. It's a very positive. From where we came in 2020, this is a very positive moment.
Early March 2020, we're now 3 years and 2 months later, and we can honestly say we've made it through here. We've gotten through.
We've learned a lot. We've come up with, yes, we are all capable from working from home from time to time or all the time. It opened doors while it closed a lot of doors as well. So, like my grandmother, you said, everything bad, there's something positive to be found.
Yeah. And today, officially, the signing of the end of the pandemic. If you need a specific date for the textbook.
Now kiss me, you fool.
Get over here, honey.
Let me shake your hand.
This may not be appropriate in 2023, but come on, sit on my lap for the rest of the show.
Come on, give me a big old hug.
All right. We are less than 20 minutes to your bald and the beautiful entertainment. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood. Beautiful. We're looking at like 75 sunshine. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.